Hi, my name is Tess Lord, and I'm a summer naturalist here at the Dorothy Pico Nature Center. Today with me for the live animal lunchtime, I have Hen, our corn snake. We got Hen from Heather Lansford in Pennsylvania last September, and because she was from Pennsylvania, we actually had him shipped to us in the mail, which was something we had never done before, and it was a very interesting process. But he was a family pet, and as Heather's kids got older, she thought that he would just make a great animal ambassador for us, so he has been with us since September of 2019. Like I said, he is a corn snake, which is the common name for a red rat snake. There are a couple theories for why corn snakes get their name. The first is, if you can see, under his belly, there is the checkered pattern, and many people believe that checkered pattern looks very similar to like Indian corn, and so that's one theory for where he gets his name. The other theory is that corn snakes are often found in farmers' fields or grain stores, and they are found there because they're eating mice or other rodents that eat corn. So today we will be showing Hen, our corn snake, eating some mice. So if you're uncomfortable with that, now would probably be the time to stop watching because he will be eating mice. And so we'll see if he can get in here. There we go. So, corn snakes, like all snakes, are carnivores. So in the wild and in captivity, they eat mostly mice. Hen, we feed him 2 to 3 mice every Thursday. So let's see if he'll eat for us.
If you have questions you want to ask, you can drop them in the comments and we'll address them.
So corn snakes are constrictors, which means that they will, when they find their prey, they will wrap their body around it, and they will tighten their muscles when their prey breathes, so it's not able to breathe in again, and that's how they kill it, to eat it instead of using venom. So corn snakes do not have fangs, and if they bite you, it is not poisonous to you. And they also have very unique jaws, like all snakes. So the human jaw, the upper jaw is attached to our skull, but the lower jaw can move on its own. For snakes, both the upper and lower jaw can move. So you can see here, he's kind of starting to go for it. And because they don't have hands to feed themselves like we do, they actually will move their jaws side to side to pull the food into their mouth. And they all have inward facing teeth that kind of grips the food as their upper jaw will move, do that side to side motion.
Aside from mice, do they like to eat any other animals?
Some snakes, actually, corn snakes are great climbers, and so occasionally they will be found climbing trees and eating eggs found in nests. And we don't really feed our snakes eggs because mice kind of fit the diet needs better than that. Eggs are kind of like the equivalent of candy. They're tasty, but they don't really provide a ton of nutritional benefits for the snakes. So, like I said, snakes are great climbers, or corn snakes especially are great climbers, And to climb, they actually use their scales and their body muscles. So their scales all go in one direction, and when they climb a tree, their scales kind of act like little tiny legs because they can push the scales outward, and so they will grip onto the tree bark, so they can have a little bit better grip, and then they use their body muscles to kind of inch them up the tree. So they can stay on the tree for extended periods of times, just standing still, or as they move upward. And while we do have a lot of corn in Iowa, we don't actually have corn snakes. Corn snakes are native to the Midwest, but we do not, like I said, have them in Iowa, but we do have black rat snakes, which are related to the red rat snake or the corn snake. Corn snakes are found in like the southern side of this, the country, and the southeastern side of the country, and also like central Midwest. And so they can go they are found in Nebraska and over to Illinois. And in those areas, they like to live in like woody groves, rocky hillsides, meadowland, or abandoned like houses or barnyards. And in these habitats, that's when you'll see them climbing trees, and that's a great chance for them to use those scales and muscles to their advantage. Corn snakes are usually between 24 and 72 inches long, so that's about 2 to 6 feet. Hen is close to 52 inches, and so he's a pretty good sized snake. The world's smallest snake is the thread snake, and that is 3.9 inches. And the world's largest snake is the reticulated python, which can grow up to 30 feet. And that's pretty close to the size of a bus. So that is a pretty large snake that I know I definitely wouldn't want to come in contact with.
Do they eat a mouse a day?
We feed hen 2 or 3 mice every Thursday. So in the wild, they will eat just every other day or so. They don't have to eat every day. And it's a very interesting process how snakes digest their food. The snakes will cover their food in saliva, and so that works it to the back of their esophagus. And from there, they will use muscles to crush its food as it pushes it further into its digestive tract. And really, the whole snake has like lots of organs spread out through it because it is such a long animal. So its esophagus can cover up or can make up almost half of its body length in some snakes. There are certain things that you can look at to kind of read a snake. So you can look at their body language. If its tongue is flicking in and out, the snake is smelling the air and it is awake. And that's kind of how it tells if prey or human is around. And if a snake isn't flicking its tongue, that is a good indicator that it may be sleeping. Because I don't know if you can see, but snakes don't have eyelids, so they do sleep with their eyes open. And so that's one way to tell if the tongue is flicking or not, is a good way to tell if they're asleep. If the head is retracted or neck is coiled into an S shape, that's an indicator that the snake may feel threatened and it is getting ready to strike or strike at prey or defend itself with a bite. Another sign is if a snake hisses, and this is a good sign that it does not want you around. It wants you to go away. And another sign that it is not happy around is if it rattles its tail. So corn snakes, like many other snakes, can mimic rattlesnakes, and they will shake their tail really fast. So it sounds like a rattlesnake, and that kind of scares predators away. Musking is
in the wild. How do they capture mice? Can the snake move across the ground quickly?
The snake, they're actually very fast. They are very fast and agile, so they can catch a snake fairly quickly. And like I kind of said, they will catch a snake with their jaws, but because it's a constrictor, it doesn't have fangs or venom that will kill the prey immediately. So once it's captured in its jaws, it will constrict around the prey, so then it can eat the mouse or whatever the prey may be. So you can kind of see as the mouse passes through it, it gets larger where it is, and it moves fairly quickly through the snake. Hen is actually 15 years old, and in the wild, corn snakes usually only live to be 6 to 8 years old, but in captivity, they live to be up to 25 to 30 years old. So he's doing pretty well, and hopefully he'll keep hanging out with us, doing great.
Does the reality that snakes in captivity don't hunt for live prey change their desire to hunt or eat?
I think it depends, because Hen, he will not strike at prey, but I know Walt, our fox snake, he will still, if you hold a mouse in front of him, he will strike at it, so he still has those instincts to hunt for prey, but I think it definitely affects their instincts and skills if they aren't regularly hunting and they just have the food fed to them. So it kind of varies from snake to snake, but living in captivity definitely does kind of hinder their hunting skills. So I was talking a little bit ago about some body language that snakes do, and the last thing they do to kind of keep a predator away is they will musk, and that's a very stinky smell and is very unpleasant, so it kind of keeps the predators away and tries to keep them from disturbing them.
Are the bones of the mice excreted?
It actually, when they eat the mice, everything is kind of broken down, and so you can't really see bones or anything in their droppings after they have consumed a mouse. Well, I don't know that he's gonna eat for us right now, so thank you guys so much for joining. If you have any questions, be sure to leave comments and we will happily answer those questions for you. Make sure to come back next week when we meet our three-toed turtles. Thank you.